first Funnel Coders live here, and I'm really excited. This is how an engineer looks like when he's really excited. We look pretty stupid. I don't want to generalize, but that is true. And yeah, we're here though, and the session starts right now. If I were a cool marketer, like Russell Brunson or someone like this, like the greatest marketer of all times, one of the greatest, I would just talk for minutes and like people would trickle in into this live broadcast. And then I would start with the content. But because this is the first session, because this is like more of a dry run, I will just, introduce you to what we are up to here and talk a little bit about why we are doing this. The Funnel Coders the Funnel Coders live thing is basically like a format to hang out together with people who do funnels because they have a business or business idea or whatever. They might also do just marketing and no real funnels yet. Although, I mean, in the end, you have some kind of like top of a funnel. Like even if you're just an employee looking for a job, your top of the funnel is your LinkedIn page. If you don't have a LinkedIn page, then maybe it's, I don't even know, your email address, something like that. So we are all having some kinds of funnels, and people here are more into like businessy stuff and doing something, building something, creating, innovating their businesses, innovating their lives. And that's what we're here for. That's what I want to help you with. I'm working at ClickFunnels, which is a company that's, they help people, entrepreneurs, basically do all that as well. And they have a software for this, which is a funnel software. And I'm there as an engineer, helping them with the API, public API integrations. And yeah, all these sessions will be basically about how to market your software, how to sell it, which is not my biggest strength. And I really want to have people on here who are big marketers, who already have a business, who run a software business of some kind. But I'll be helping a little bit more with like, how do you ship software? How do you have code, like maintain your code? How do you maybe ship a SaaS? You have different reasons why you need to do code. Code is getting more important right now. Obviously, with all the AI stuff, you need to understand code as much as never before, and your business may be depending on code more and more. And that's why we are here. And basically I want you to help with like having good practices around this. At ClickFunnels, we are really happy and blessed with the like top-notch tools. We are on the top of the edge of like the best tooling in terms of infrastructure, in terms of deployment lifecycle, IDs, AI, you name it. And we want to share a little bit. I want to share a little bit what I'm learning there on the way. So that's why I'm doing all this. And that's why we are doing this first dry run today, basically. And I want to repeat this, not necessarily the same day as today, but more like Saturdays, evenings. I want to share with you actually this thing here, the whole agenda for today on the right. And there is a link here I don't know if I'm also, guys, I'm going to show you how this looks like for me here. This is what I'm doing. Oh my god. Okay, that's probably confusing, but yeah, you get the now I'm playing around with this. You get what I'm seeing here, and I'm seeing this maybe for the third time or so. So I'm still getting into stuff. If you do comments here and I don't see them or something like that, that's not my fault entirely. It's more like the fault of my experience level with these tools. This is how it looks like for me. Why am I showing you this? Just that you know that, yeah, I'll be playing around with this, and I wanted to show you the comment box that I will. Well, there are a bunch of comment boxes actually. It looks like there's like a YouTube comment box, and like no, I'm kind of jumping around here, but you can see this here. I hope they will like show in both places, but I'll just drop the link here. That's where you can subscribe, so you know when the next session is. That's where the source of truth of the whole thing will be. And what's the new format about? Now I'm talking actually already 5 minutes in or something, so everyone is already here. The new format is about us getting live, hanging out together. That's like the newest thing. But these Saturday sessions, they will have different formats, most probably. My monitor will go off here, and I'll be blind basically. This one is that we'll do today. I'm not sure we'll be doing it each time, but it's basically to give this whole thing a lot of structure, so that when you join these sessions, you know if you wanna, if this is something for you or not. I really much value your time and I don't want to waste it, and so you can kind of see where this is going, and then you can hop on and off as you need. And at the end, there will be always a Q&A here, which you can ask basically anything. But the hook of the hook and fork format is that we'll be talking about a marketing thing, like a hook of that is important for you maybe to build your software. And we'll talk about a fork. And a fork, you can see here, very symbolic. It has 1, 2, or 3 nodes, so it can be like a couple of technical things that we handle per session. Today, we'll do a quick one, just one hook, one fork. Yeah, one node of the fork actually, but we don't have to be very specific, specific here, right? And that's basically the whole format. And after that, you can see here 30 minutes of Q&A at the end, and we are good on this one. Anything else I'm missing here? I think that's all about the whole format. And then, yeah, we'll have guests. We know some people. We have a community of Rails builders, engineers who actually build things and build their own products, their own SaaS in different stages. They'll come on and talk a little bit about what they've learned in terms of hooks in the past week, month, year of building their thing. And then they'll hopefully share something technical as well, so we can all enjoy their expertise. But then also, we know, I know a bunch of marketers, a bunch of people who have successful businesses as well, and they'll come on. We'll be happy to share about their thoughts on building and having code. By the way, I didn't really finalize the whole, like, why do you need code? Why might you be needing code if you're a business person? And I think the main reasons are because you have some integrations between some tools. You have some custom automations that aren't handled by whatever software you're using. Or you're crazy enough to actually build software, be it a SaaS, be it a open source thing for your business or for your SaaS, or be it just like a Chrome extension that maybe is up for becoming a business at some point. Whatever you are up to here, we are here for you. And today, the two topics that I want to talk about today is something that I learned just recently about brand archetypes. Don't really remember digging too much into these. And the other one is like something technical that's on my mind to write a post about, but I never get to this. So I thought, like, why do I not get to this? Because I have projects, I have work to do, I have some family stuff sometimes, and well, I have a bunch of other things going on. So that's like and all this video stuff. I'm doing videos right now, mostly learning to do videos actually, and doing videos. Okay, we'll ship my first YouTube video today for Funnels on Rails, about API imports and data imports through an API, and that's fun. But obviously, like, writing falls short a little bit. So, and I thought, well, if writing falls short and I'm doing all this video stuff, then let me just do talk about it in the video. Cool. Brand archetypes. Well, the topic is talking to LLMs. I'm talking quite a bit to LLMs nowadays, like maybe 50% writing, 50% talking. And I want to like speak about that and how you can do that too. Save a bunch of time and be just more effective with all that stuff. Okay, so but let's start with brand archetypes. Brand archetypes is something that I just recently learned about on a meetup, or during a meetup in Barcelona here. It's a meetup for entrepreneurs. And the guy's name, he was Florin, complicated name, from Eastern Europe. That's my memory capacity, as you can see. But he had like it was kind of a talk more, but also it was like a workshop-y talk. And he had two people on stage. He just introduced what brand archetypes are, and he kind of played through which brand archetype are these two people, and like made them come to their kind of archetype. And what does it mean at all? Like brand archetype, like you, or why is it important? Maybe first of all, and just what I got from this was that it's a little bit similar to the ICP, ideal customer profile, that you really need to market effectively, to shape your marketing messages, or like shape the way you talk to your customers, sell, all that good stuff. And without that, it's way more difficult. And the brand archetype is what I found goes in a little bit similar direction, but it kind of defines you, or help you define you in the business setting. And Well, let me maybe show you a little bit here. I already Googled something up here, the brand archetypes, and Shopify has a good article apparently about it, but they don't have this beautiful picture here. And this brand archetype picture is basic. Those are the archetypes, and you are one of them. So you can be an outlaw, a magician, a hero, a creator, sage, whoever is like one of the archetypes, and that will help you shape your messaging again, like appear in front of audiences and do the right thing, and like, or communicate in the right way. Let's say it like this. I found it really interesting. I thought a lot about it during this session, and then the next day I procrastinated successfully, just adjusting some of my messaging on my socials and on my funnels, and adjusting some colors, because apparently there's a whole science around like how should your funnels and or like how should your online presence be in terms, or your presence even in terms of like colors. And I'm not in the right color today, but but there is a better, like there is a better color than green for my archetype. I don't want to like tell my archetype today. I feel like people should try to guess it as a little fun gamification here. Yeah, let's try it like this. Let's try not tell everything today. But that's basically the whole thing, and how you get to the archetype, how he does it professionally. So I'm nowhere near his level. Get you your brand archetype. What he did in the workshop. Let's say it like this. He asked the person to go, like, first of all, there's also a little bit more content here. You kind of need to read through these and get a picture of like who they are. And by the way, the colors don't always correspond to the actual color palettes of these archetypes in the end, but it's kind of, there's sometimes like this definitely corresponds. But you will see, if you like dig deeper into it, you will see that it's a little bit different. But you have to get like a picture of what is this and what makes an archetype. And then once you have it, you can go through them and ask yourself if this archetype resonates with you. Like, for example, outlaw. I find outlaws cool, so it resonated with me on the first kind of touch. But then you also have to think about, does this thing here, this category here, correspond to how you will make your customers feel when communicating with them through this lens? Does this correspond to like how you want them to feel? Do you want them to feel liberation? Do you want them to feel power, be in control? Or do you want them to feel innovation? Basically, this is how Florin communicated this. And yeah, once you narrow it down to a few, you get a better feel for where you want to go with this, or what your product should invoke. And in the end, it's about picking one, which can be hard. But yeah, just picking one and going with it. That's what I'm doing now, and just experimenting with it right now with colors, communication. And it's you catch yourself as well with like, okay, this is a place where I could have said this in this way to be according to my brand archetype. So that's this thing here. That's the hook, guys. That's the hook for today. Do we have a little bit more steam for the technical part? Let me drink something. I guess this is something you would do during a live stream to give everyone a breather. Or probably not. Like, you probably can do half an hour without like this stuff. But anyway, talking to LLMs. This is something someone at work actually recommended first, and then I saw other people at work like of talking to ChatGPT and talking about how they talk to the LLM during coding with some of the tools. And so I figured, like, while writing for the 100th time the same thing to the LLM, I figured, like, maybe I can do that too. Because it's difficult sometimes to repeat yourself writing the same thing. It's more, I find writing can be more effort unless you're very tired of speaking. So I just recorded a YouTube video, a screencast, and I'm talking to you guys. And after that, I will be very tired speaking. I'll be probably only writing to the LLM, or mostly writing, or I'll be in such a like speaking flow that I'll keep blabbering, and the LLM will be like burning down. But yeah, that's kind of one positive aspect of it. I think there are like 3 positive aspects of why you would prefer to speak to the LLM sometimes instead of like writing it. And definitely it's easier a lot of times to do brain dump in language and then let it figure things out. Also, recently we had a meeting where we forgot to record something, and then someone just did a brain dump into ChatGPT and asked it to summarize it and structure it well, and it looked great. So it's a tool, like this whole voice to text thing. It's a tool that creates new possibilities. It saves you time, saves you energy, and also you can do maybe the third point. Sometimes write something on the go, which I find some interesting sometimes because I have like some chats ongoing many times, and then I like with some people I do voice texting a lot. With others I don't, because I know like some people prefer not to do this. Others, if you are not as big of a, I don't know, friend with someone, it's kind of, I don't find it cool to hit them with my voice necessarily, unless I really have to say something long and like, or long 1 minute or something, but need to express it in voice sometimes. I will still do it, but a lot of times you just want to write, and so that's where voice to text is also pretty good, because it helps you do that. And that's what I'm doing nowadays. And like the regular voice to text, I have an iPhone, doesn't really do the job nowadays. Still, it doesn't handle like it's really, you have to say it one-to-one, otherwise you'll mess up, and you have to do punctuation, right? Like it doesn't know, can't do punctuation, and you have to say full stop, exclamation marks. So it doesn't solve the problem really well. And so I'm doing this whole voice thing for weeks now, probably a couple months maybe. I tried different tools, and I Googled for you, as you can see here. I Googled for you, or for us, to have like a little basis of communication here. The best voice to text apps for Mac. And the first one is Whisperflow, sponsored, so they pay money for this. Are these sponsored? Yeah, they are also sponsored. And Zapier is sponsored, and 11 Labs that I haven't tried yet. I think this is the thing where people do your own, you can like put your voice in there and they'll create a model, an AI model of your voice, and you can do stuff with your own voice. Like text to speech, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what Zapier is doing here with the promotion, why they have like best dictation speech to text software, and yeah, I don't know. They have a bunch of good content. Reddit, of course, a great source here. Probably AI has an opinion on that. Murmur type I haven't heard ever. Apple dictation, okay, haven't heard it either. Mac Whisper, like all of the stuff I've never heard about. Google Docs voice typing, I actually heard about this today in Aaron Francis screencast about screencasts. And he has a workflow where he does this voice to text inside of a Google Doc, and then he does some modifications to it in ChatGPT. And I guess there is some workflows you can do with it, but I think you will be able to do this with my tool of choice here, Whisperflow, as well. And Super Whisper is actually the first app I've learned about, but I have like Whisperflow was the first one I tried. This one was the first one I knew people are using. And one reason why people are using this is because I think it's open source or partly open source. And so it has a free version. And I tried the paid version one. And yeah, just wanted to share with you guys. So I just wanted to give you a visual here. Let's see, Whisperflow. That's the one. And you can see I've dictated 29K words in here. I have big, I guess, breaks sometimes in between like words. I don't like this gamification. It makes me feel like I'm not a fast speaker, but this makes me feel like I'm even slower speaker. But I mean, I'm speaking sometimes like when you speak to the tool, you just make breaks and you think about, where do I go with it? Like you kind of think in between. And Whisperflow, it has very cool shortcuts here where you can just hands-free. It's very quick, Control-Shift space, and then hopefully it records something useful here. Something useful here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's usually better. Let's say it like this. But it's fine. I think it's fine this time. And the funny thing is, especially with LLMs, it sucks with text messaging. If you don't have if it's not perfect, you kind of need to go in and fix it. With LLMs, they take what you give them and they infer some stuff pretty well 90% of the time. So that's kind of fine, I think. There is another shortcut where you can hand your hand on it and then stop recording. And that works really well for like short things. And that's Whisperflow. Like, you don't need anything else to know here, actually. You just need that in Whisperflow. It has like, it records what you are saying. It has some variable recognition nowadays where like it does better with like coding variables. It doesn't let you code with your voice, but I mean, that's not as big of a concern nowadays anyway, because you will let the LLM code anyway, right? And it fixes a little bit of what you've said if there's like some mistakes or something like that. So it's smart. Let's say it like that. It's smart. Super Whisper, I tried it. I uninstalled it. I installed it right now just to look at it. It was hacky in terms of the shortcuts. I tried the same shortcuts that I had, worked not as well. And it also there's like a paste functionality where Whisperflow, it's like a little UX thing, but it makes a difference. Like Whisperflow won't copy to clipboard. I think it's a configuration to the normal clipboard, but to its own clipboard, and you have like an extra shortcut to paste from Whisperflow, which is really handy because I usually don't want my clipboard manager here to have the Whisperflow stuff. And the only cases where I need the shortcut is where I wasn't focused in the right box to do the paste, in which case Whisperflow either doesn't like paste or paste in the wrong box. And so that's the only times where I need to do this here. So that's kind of the thing. Didn't work as well for me. And then there's another one I wanted to mention that I also kind of tried, but so Claude introduced this intrusive shortcut. I deactivated it, but I activated it today again just to show you that when you do the caps lock, Claude will record you and will record all you say and will do a really great text voice to text thing, right? Claude, will you do a good job now this time? Let's see. Yeah, not bad, but I've seen like very weird kind of text changes, like very creative text changes from Claude. I don't know, maybe it's not as bad anymore. That could be. And then you can just use that maybe for free, because Whisperflow costs money, but then you don't have like a bunch of functionality. And I think both, like Super Whisper has an app couldn't work, like I don't think it was workable at all. With Claude, I don't think it will be very handy to record. And Whisperflow has a good app. It has a hacky side of it, but I can live with that as long as the dictation is good. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole show for today. I hope you will talk to LLMs more. You will talk to computers more and to your phones, because that's also what I'm doing right now. It's the weirdest thing, but it is a thing. I'm also at the same time, I know I talk to you all. the one viewer or 10. Yeah, it's probably one. But yeah, thank you very much for being here, and I hope that will help to create better code for you. The whole like voice to text thing, because that's the thing nowadays. You need to talk to the LLMs, and if you're like tired writing things to them, you will need to start talking to them. Will just be a different level of energy for you. Same with brand archetypes. You can now go in and change all the colors in your apps and change the words and the wording in your marketing for your software product, and change the words maybe inside of your Chrome extension, inside of your app, to reflect who you are and not necessarily who your customers are, because your customers will be different. Profile of your customer will be, I think, almost always be different from, or most of the time, from your archetype, from your positioning, right? So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, joining, and there is a Q&A, but maybe I don't know how to use the chats again. Let me just see how this looks like. I'm not gonna turn this off now because I just want to see how it looks like on the different channels that, like my social media here. I have I have a post. Oh, so each time I go live, there is a post. Oh, and I have the circle here. That's beautiful. So this is how it looks like on X. Live on X. I'm live on X. That's amazing. 10 views. I said it will be 10, guys. And I had a like here. Friend of mine liked this thing here. Kind of need to delete it here. Doesn't make any sense. Jesus Christ. We can leave this one in. We can leave this one in. It's pretty good. There's profanity in it, so we'll leave it in. It's already 37 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, I'll hide this one again because I want to see how it looks like on LinkedIn. And it doesn't look like anything is happening at all. Oh, here we go. But it's not, I don't think it's like live streaming anything, right? Maybe if I turn this guy off here. No. Maybe there won't be anything that's like really live in here. The live stream. Maybe it will be just like posted in the end, but yeah, there is an option to create like a live event. Oh my god. All the messages here will flood. Usually I don't have notifications, guys, so no fear there, but you know. Okay, what else? YouTube. Let's check YouTube and then we'll close this. Oh my god, this is not my YouTube, guys. This is my son like subscribing to all this stuff. Live. I should be here on top, I think, somewhere, but I'm not. It's so weird. such a weird platform here. Let's see. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think I'm getting the gist of it. I have to like it. And then do I see inside of Restream how many people are watching? Sign participants. Okay, guys. I think that's enough for today for debugging Restream and everything. Keep building and go here to actually know when the next one is. Will be probably something like 11 a.m. New York time or 5 p.m. 17 o'clock Central European time. We will see each other there. Have a good one. Let me see how I turn this off here.